Forgot to put my headphones on. I was so chill there. Have a sip of my cappuccino. Oh, there's Mavis. Let me bring her in. Yo, what up?
Hi, Liv.
Sitting with my feet up here. My dirty bare feet. Are you in the school container or in your office, or
Today I'm in the school container.
is there aircon there?
There is, but I'm not hot. Plus, the
Uh,
Wi-Fi is closer here. In the no, no, no.
oh,
This is the crèche container. The school container, the Wi-Fi is a bit further. So in the crèche
oh,
container, it's better. It's where I am.
oh. Look, it's Ash. Yo, what up, Ash?
Hey,
Flash
Hello.
the cash, Ash.
Mavis, where do you live?
in Paris,
Oh, okay. No.
I am on the land that Rev is on.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Land.
We're
Did you move
building this.
your office too, Andrew?
Me?
So
Yeah.
you said
No,
It's not your
still in
room.
the same.
Remember? I think the last time we met,
Oh.
you had your bed in your room.
Yeah, it's behind me there.
No, it's not.
It is. I'm just sitting further back because my feet are
Oh.
up. You see? That's it.
Oh.
My dirty feet. I love walking barefoot. I just don't go outside because I don't have Dutchman feet. My friend Anku, he goes everywhere barefoot, and he's like, just walks over thorns and stones, and I'm like, what?
How those runners, there's runners that run barefoot on like the tar out here, and I'm like, oh, the hard,
Oh,
like I don't get
yeah.
it, but good for grounding.
Grounding, yes. Hippie stuff. Yeah, we got to be grounded, man. Yeah, I walk around the house. Well, anywhere where there's no thorns, my shoes come off. Usually, if you see me with shoes and a shirt, then it's a surprise.
Mhm.
Like Mavis and the Messiah used to be schmaltzing around all shirtless, yeah, in a working environment. It's my sexy dad bod.
Yes.
in proper winter, we can see you with your shirt on.
Yes, winter. Still in shorts, but with a shirt on. Yeah, well, if it's cold, then I can wear my snazzy jackets. Oh, I hope I've still got jackets. I give them all away. Let me fire up the old editing thing so we can see
What's up?
what we're up to.
Where's Alan?
Alan! I don't know. Where is Alan
I
lately?
haven't seen him forever. He's on Discord, right?
Yeah, you must send him a message. Say,
I will.
Alan!
Alan.
Where you
and
at, sir?
then to ask like 2 days ago, and I put it in my phone. Inviting friends. Do we invite them into the Discord, or do we invite them into the online game? Like, where are we inviting them?
Well, we'd like to build our Discord community so that...
Okay. So invite them there?
Yeah. So they follow us on Twitter, or like Andrew Opsafe Place on Facebook. I think a lot of us will end up, as we get more and more invested in the game, we'll all start building identities around the game. So it's good if they're following each other in the community. But kind of Discord is where it's going to be most fun. It's imminent that we're going to be having multiplayer. So you're going to have to go and pawn your fruit computer and go and buy a gaming laptop.
Yep. Keep it separated. Another question is, probably a lot of my girlfriends probably aren't going to game, but some of them might be interested in being an investor. I remember we talked about that.
Oh, that's exciting. Yeah.
So, I mean, they can still be in the Discord, but they might not actually play the game.
Yeah, look, it's about the community in there, because when we got a bit of rhythm, we'll have some champions, and we're working on projects in the gaming environment where For example, there's a lot of areas where, especially like, I focus really on what we can do to keep girls safe. That's like my real drive, and an entire community will benefit from it. So if I find out girls don't have water, because that for me is a sanitary minimum, so
Right.
then, like right now, we want to put down windmills, and they cost, this is now part of where the game will overflow into. 10% of anything that comes into the game is going to go into those things. That's besides what we do personally, but like a windmill costs about, because you got to dig a hole and everything, it costs around about $11,000 to put down one of our windmills, because we've specially created these windmills that don't need as much wind. They're secure. So, anything you do in Africa is going to get stolen. Poverty is a brutal master, so a lot of people are desperate. And so we, instead of putting solar pumps down and stuff like that, we prefer to put massive windmills that are surrounded by barbed wire, Rottweilers, gun emplacements, mines, drones, machine gun. I'm kidding. That's like
Just don't go near it. You might get electrocuted.
tower defense.
Windmills and all of that together.
Yeah, just protect that windmill. Yeah, so whoopsie, we lost Mavis. I'm sure Meowvis will be back in a seckie. She probably got a call or something. But yeah, so besides the game itself, it'll be nice to have some people in the community, like some of your girlfriends, who might really get excited about championing stuff like that, saying, okay, let's go out, and they might be excited about investing in the game, but they might also be excited about the community around the game. And
well, yeah, and the purpose of, all girls safe. There's a lot of people that rally behind that. My other question is, so I do my own personal things. Do you have like a foundation set up so that I can have, like, if I offer a class, there'll be the payment, but then you can also donate here to help the girls?
Yeah, we've got a South African thing set up, and there's a gateway in the States. It's called Friends of the Great Commission, and people who want tax rebates for donations and such, they give to Friends of the Great Commission, and then they make sure that the money gets to us. That's for the States.
Do you have a link or a QR code that I could use to put on marketing materials?
Yes.
I'm working on that this next week, so kind of need to move fast.
Mavis, do you mind, like, just maybe friending Ashley on Facebook or something, or some way setting up communication between you guys, and then just connecting her to Christy?
Yes, I can do that.
Thank you. Yeah, because Christy's from Florida. She's on the ground here. And then Jacques and Kat, they're kind of in charge of that fundraising now. They've created a whole new stream, so I'm not 100% savvy. I just know what I'm just focused on the game for now. But yes, we've got all those structures are all set up. Everything's there.
Okay. I'm pretty locked down. So Mavis, are you on Discord?
Yes, I am.
I'll message you there, and then we can exchange names, and you can find me on Facebook. I'm kind of locked down on Facebook. I was getting too much spam stuff, so. But I can find you, and we can.
Yeah, I remember when I was a girl, I got lots of messages on Facebook too.
I've had to lock everything down, delete the account. Yep. Okay. So yeah.
Alrighty. Yeah.
Anyway.
So besides building the game, there's a lot of peripheral things happening around it. So Ashley read a bit of the lore, the story behind the heroes in Operation Safe Place. Go and give us a review, and what you like and what you don't like.
It's
Oh, you want to
actually-
get your lasers going?
I am. They're not working today. I don't know. I really on what I think page 24. I don't really have any feedback because I got so sucked into the story or just into the reading, which is really good. I don't usually read was it fiction?
Yeah, that's fiction.
But it's very relatable, and I think the way you've set it up puts a lot more perspective around what's going to happen inside the game. So I had to take a break because I'm reading on my phone like this
Oh.
yesterday. But no, how long did that take you to write?
I don't know. It was pretty quick. Maybe a
Jeez.
month or so.
But I think it should be a book.
Yeah, I think it's once I've nailed, because obviously Samuel was okay. So I don't know what's happened by page 24. Have you met Samuel yet?
Yes.
Yeah. So
Yep.
Samuel was a placeholder because I do want a representational. 'Cause I am from Africa and I want the story to appeal to everybody. So Abt is like a kind of an African Arabian guy. And I wanted the narration style from him to be almost like this innocent, beautiful, childish young man of honor vibe who's telling the story. So because you're reading from his perspective, his point of view, and so you I mean, he's a bit of a goofball, so but he's dangerous.
Yes. Yeah, a lot of but then I also needed to read, I made a note here. I did not stop and go check it out yet, but the Paladonic Codex.
I'm still writing the Paladonic Codex. So the
Oh.
Paladonic Codex it's kind of like their Bible, right?
Okay, that's kind of what I was getting, but
yeah. But it explains the magic of that universe. It explains how it works. So I've written a lot of the Paladonic Codex on the honor side of things, but before I can write like how the magic works and bring it into like the story style, we need to see what the game development capabilities are. So once I've kind of locked down what they are, I can then build some lore around it. Like some of the development team, the guys are like, listen, we've written for 15 towers, but I mean for 14 towers, but there's 15, and I'm like, don't worry, I can write the lore around it. Do you guys know what lore is?
Folklore?
Yeah, basically lore is backstory or history, and sometimes it fills in all the blanks so that you really that you can really buy into that world. So I would like people to buy into the Operation Safe Place universe, into that world with their emotions. I want you to be so in love with Lucille and really feel the justice, that sense of justice that Samuel has, or Katsu. Really feel that sense of justice. Because I based Katsu on as a youth pastor for many, many years, and you've always got some of these young men who, I don't know, you could sometimes position them as kind of a simp, but they have this kind of naive honor thing about them, where it's like, you hit their buddy and they like get angry and they'll cry with their buddy, and it's like this, and they'll go fight now because you offended their buddy, or they white knight for the girls. That thing.
Yeah.
It's usually in your teenage years, and I tried to be like that as a young man. I just couldn't do it because I'm not that empathetic.
You're not?
No, I'm an empath, but if you started the fight and you were dumb about it, I'm going to speak to you. I'm going to say, listen, I'm not just going to take your side because we're fighting this. If we're in the moment there, I'm going to step in and say, well, now let's just talk about this because there's two idiots here, but you get friends who will take your side, and especially like these teenage boys that I've based Katsu on, or Samuel. They don't look for that reason. Where Abt and Crispus would look for that reason, say, listen, you're out of line there. Samuel doesn't think like that. He just says, if you don't like Mavis, I don't like you. Which it doesn't matter if Mavis is right or wrong. His whole honor is connected to Lucille. So when something happens to Lucille, there's no right or wrong for Samuel. He will kill anything and anybody on his way to finding her. Where Abt will be like, okay, bro, the town you just wiped out has got innocent people in it, And then Samuel will be like, well, they should have known that if they entertained the people who were holding Lucille or hurt Lucille, that something would happen to them. So that's yes, he's got a very strong sense of justice, but it's loyalty. So now most people who play games are going to side with Lucille, or they're going to side heavily with Samuel, or they're going to side with Abt. Like I would side with Abt because I really just want to hear all sides of the story before I get involved. Because if I connect to your trauma, I'm going to connect to your drama. So I want to know. And then that will also lead people into the factionalism. So to get certain abilities, you've got to go and do missions or whatever with so let's say you roll into this one town and these are all mercenaries. So what does a mercenary go to war for? Profit. Mercenaries don't choose sides, they choose green. So if my cause is righteous and your cause is unrighteous, they don't care about righteous, unrighteous, they respond to money. So if you want certain abilities or weapons you want to buy now from these mercenaries, you would have to now go and do missions for them. And most of those missions will be morally questionable. Sometimes they'll be good, sometimes they'll be bad. But if you want to have your favor or your alignment go up with those mercenaries so that you can buy certain things from them and get certain abilities from them, you're going to have to do those things. Now, if you have an affinity for right and wrong, and you line up with Abt, whose entire play style around the warrior, you're not going to want to do anything with mercenaries because your sense of justice is too strong. I mean, right and wrong. However, if you're like Samuel and all you care about is inflicting the maximum amount of damage to go and achieve the goal, if you're not on my side, you're in my way. Whoever's not against us is for us, and that's now I'm working in writing not just the Paladonic Codex, but working out the MMO comes quite a bit later than this massively multiplayer online role-playing game, which is the version of Operation Safe Place where we get to run together as a group and go and do all these missions and stuff. But I'm working very hard to make it that you don't just align with, the mercenaries because you want that particular gun. I want it to be a real moral choice, like a conundrum.
I like that. I really like that.
So
Can you decide as a
yeah.
group if you're gonna go do that mission or not?
Maybe
Like,
one
what
of
if
your
you're
guys will be like Samuel. It's like, so if you're a healer, you can only heal if you're connected to Lucille. Otherwise, you're gonna have to. If you decide you're gonna go and align with. Sorry, one sec. Need me for. Sorry, my ridiculously hot wife just schmaltz by. So it's like, so Lucille is a healer. She's very pure. I think you would have picked that up now if you're on page 24. That Lucille
Yeah.
is just, she's amazing. So people who are natural healers and naturally empathetic, they're really gonna side with Lucille, and maybe they want to play support roles. But now there's going to be some very powerful abilities that you can get if you align with people who, so there would be occultists who try and they try and produce a version of healing. They can't quite do what Lucille can, because a healer is only born every 2,000 years, one. And you can heal if you're connected to her. There's an affinity between the two of you. So now you've got this issue where you want that ability, or you want that weapon or that piece of gear, and the only way to get it is if you have to literally leave the world of Lucille, the influence of Lucille, and you've got to now go and align with these occultists where they do like blood sacrifices and whatever. Their route is different. And now usually when you play a game, it's just as simple as, okay, I'm just going to do this and I'm going to come back. So I'm trying to figure out how we'd make it that it's not just a case of, well, I'm going to go and sacrifice babies to, get a particular piece of gear, and then I'll come back to Lucille. There must be a severe price.
Yes, a sacrifice.
Yeah.
Like you lose a leg. Just kidding.
Yeah, it's like a guy comes in there with a crutch under his right arm and to help him on his left leg, and he says, "What happened to you, bro? That chest plate cost me an arm and a leg."
Literally.
Yeah. Mavis, did you ever read From Darkness Light? Did I ever send that to you? I know. Do you read
No.
like fantasy stuff?
I
I'll
do.
send it to you anyway, man. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's really good.
Yeah, I'll send it to you. It helps you understand. So as you read it, you'll see I've got to tailor things in the story to work in the game. Because what I'd like to do with it is actually get someone who's got a really nice Arabic accent, nice tonality, because that's upped. Let me share a picture of.
Who was that one friend? Or are you using that for Katsu? Remember you brought him on one day?
Yes, I see. Yeah, for Katsu. Yeah.
Yeah.
That American Asian. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Let me see. Well, I got you somewhere. Let's see how I can share a picture. Yeah. Share screen. I think I have to first open the picture. I love Brother William. I think I should just call up a picture of Brother William just so that we can all be happy.
Have you made any more promos?
No, I'm just getting to a.
Those are funny.
Yeah, when we have new playable environment, I'm gonna do like an awesome thing with Brother William.
So Brother William, he comes in on one of the commercials, and he asks where the TP is, the toilet paper, or tissue. What is it? Tushy tissue.
Tushy tissue.
I think I laughed for about 3 or 4 days on that one. I'd wake up and laugh about Tishy Tissue. Just out of nowhere, left field.
Yeah, I want to do that a lot in the game, where these strange characters pop in and you're like, what?
That's what they used to do in Mortal Kombat. I remember a guy would pop out and go, Toasty! But they're fighting.
Toasty.
Toasty.
Okay, let me see if I can share this. Sharing is caring. Yeah.
Not always.
Yeah.
Keep your colds.
Yeah, keep your colds. Exactly. Yeah, so over here, I'm working on scale. So how big Upt actually is, and compared to Lucille.
Yeah.
He's a big boy.
Wow.
And they're gonna go and take on a big boss. So Lucille shields and heals, so she can create a shield around Upt while he's fighting. And obviously he hits really hard, and he's really tough. And Lucille's like made out of tushy tissue. Like,
Yeah, I got that from the story. Is that a baddie waddy?
that's a big baddie waddy over there.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, you must know if there's birds flying around them.
Yeah, but they're really, really big.
Yeah, that's a scary baddie waddy. There'll be a lot of like little cutscenes that I want to work on where you're finding out like what happened just before you got to a place. You're hot on their heels, and you'll become like the communication will happen a lot from Upt, who's narrating what's going on the whole time throughout that single player story. So he's commanding all the troops and saying, okay, there's an incursion detected, yeah, and then and then in you go. We're experimenting with what it looks like when a portal opens and you get flooded with these demonic entities that and I'm just gonna find that video. Do you even find the video, bro? Okay. So here we're looking at, so most of the time you'll be fighting a manageable amount of creatures, but every now and then you really, because it's tower defense, you're defending against a swarm. Okay, this was loaded up into Discord itself. So let me see. Can I full screen? No, I can download it. Oh, okay, I'll do that. And then I can present the video file. Huh. That's neat. Okay, so over here, we're just seeing how many baddies we can drop into a fight. Let's see. Check it out. Those are all baddies. Boom. We can. So yeah, we dropped 1,600 baddies.
Whoa.
So over here, we're just testing, like, the maximum amount of what can be done. So I'll show that again. So sometimes you'll get a warning from Upt, and then he says, watch out, there's a massive portal swarm coming. And then these would be like, dark entities. We're just using mannequins right now. So someone cleverly found a way to make this. So to explain, these are, okay, let me start kind of at the beginning. Generally in a game, you have a model. It's called a pawn or an actor, like a chess pawn, And now the little character that's running around here, this little character here, where is she? There she is. This little character, that's a static mesh. So it's an entire character or a pawn, and it's got wire and skeleton and everything, so that when you push W or whatever button you push when you run around, it's activating an entire animation. So every one of these that you've got requires a lot of your CPU and graphics card resources, and your RAM and everything kicks in. But stuff like smoke and sparks and lighting effects uses a lot less. So someone very cleverly made people-shaped lighting effects. So these huge crowds, they cost as much resources on your computer as a lighting effect. So instead of it being an entire actor that's fully meshed, it's just basically a lighting effect that you're looking at. And that means we can have these massive swarms come at you. And it is so cool, because when we shoot at them, they can burst into fire, they can explode, all sorts of things can happen to them, and we can do it en masse. But anyway, so with that kind of technology, it's a lot easier for us to. Now imagine a battle like this. That big monster dude over there lifts his big finger up and points forward, and then suddenly you have that whole swarm of things coming towards you. And then the epic cinematic feeling, the nature of that whole bit of madness. I think I've shown you guys that big map, the one with the nice skies and all that kind of thing. Now, imagine those hills just come alive with baddies coming at you. And you're there with your friends, and we create the music and you hear Upton, whoever else saying, knuckle up, get ready. It's like, yeah, they come. So you create that whole emotional connection as well to, okay, we got to do this. And they remind you the whole time that the portal behind you leads directly to Operation Safe Place, where all the kids are, from across multiple dimensions that we're keeping safe. Anyway, yeah, so it's a lot of fun developing this game as we get exposed to more and more technology.
It's a lot.
It is a lot of work. Well, now when you read about Upton Lucille, at least you know just how big he is. I think I said he was 8 foot in the story because I didn't know if I could make like a proper, 14 foot. Yeah, because I want him to be unnaturally big.
He's big, all right.
Yes. Yeah, like it's so important that it makes sense that a guy who can stand in front of everybody actually looks like he can stand in front of everybody and handle a crowd like that.
Right.
Instead of, just this beefy looking Rock type guy, because the Rock would be too small, the Rock or, John Cena, whoever, these big famous guys, they would be too small for it to make sense that they're getting hammered and beaten and just weathering storms from people who are basically a little bit taller than Lucille. Whereas if you're this size and that level of muscle, I mean, let me see if I can zoom in. Yeah. I mean, check out these arms, I mean, I think Lucille is probably about as big as his arm. I think his arm's bigger than Lucille.
Yeah, his arm is bigger than Lucille.
Yeah. So it just makes sense that a backhand from this guy can, create destruction. Oh, there. Yeah, imagine that. That's the environment in the game. Eh? It's looking cool. Eh? Very cinematic.
I like it.
Yeah, so this is a lot of the story happens on this map. So we have to make sure that you can. Oh, that's nice. I didn't know I could go next stuff here. Let me see. How do I do that? How did I just do that? Let's see. Trying to see it. How did I go to the next thing? Such a silly Billy sometimes.
Silly Billy.
Billy. Silly Billy. What's that? Next?
Frozen.
No, it's not Frozen. Just wait. There's a. There's a. Oh.
Oh, what's that?
Okay.
Oh, that's someone else's project.
Okay.
I was messing around with the lighting. Let me see what's going on. Yeah. Oh, that's a movie. Yeah, there I'm playing around with. So when darkness meets light, always like blues and oranges, and you have these hues. So working on when that these are the constant color themes throughout the game, you know, which is why you saw just now the skies look like this. So you get used to kind of. I mean, sunset is so beautiful, but you have a simultaneous beauty and terror to the fog and stuff that rolls in. See, there's more of that. Pretty cool, eh? It's even cool, bro. And there we go. This is towers outside walls when you're defending one of the Operation Safe Place bases.
Is that like one of those drops with all the baddies right there?
Yeah.
Nice.
That's how it feels.
Oh, I don't know if I like that.
Ooh,
Yes. That's a big
that's a big
booger.
one.
Yeah.
Makes me cringe.
Yeah. So they're, just using these for inspiration to say, okay, it makes sense that you've got dust things flying up. And,
Yeah.
yeah, that's the Lucille failure.
Yeah, like that.
Yeah, don't know why her mouth's going. Working on it. That's a bit better.
Oh, that's stunning.
Yeah, that's better.
Lucille, the quintessential, trope, blonde healer. Yeah, well, really, I want all the little single boys must just fall in love with her, have pictures of her on their walls and stuff like that. So we'll have lots of posters.
You're gonna make posters?
Yeah, we're gonna make posters.
All right. That's for the merch store, right?
Yeah. Free downloads, merch store, all sorts of cool things. I mean,
you know what kind of cool stuff you could have? You could have like mouses, mouse pads, stuff built around the computer.
Absolutely. Yeah. Even absolutely, bro.
Maybe you could have some goggles for holographic effects.
Goggles. I was working on the loading screen.
Yeah.
And this is a version.
Find me, Katsu. Don't stop looking. Travel through every portal. Defeat every foe. When you find me, you will find the key. I love you.
Breathe in slowly. The smoke might burn your eyes. Listen closely. Tears won't help this time. Break the ceiling. It's made of thin glass. Face the feeling. You might not regret. Blackened roses, lively in disguise. Strong devotion, good shit before it dies. Break the ceiling. It's made of thin glass.
I like it. Where'd you get her voice and where's the music from?
Hey, Kyle, welcome.
Hey.
Hello.
Good to see you, man. What a nice surprise. So just answering Ash's question quick. So on a place called Artlist, there's really good library music and stuff. And I wanted, so an Operation Safe Places lobby system,
Yeah.
things will update as you progress through the single player campaign. And this is Katsu's room. And you couldn't really see it nicely, but information as he finds it displays on this hologram. Let me see if I can find that hologram somewhere. It pops up in front of his bed. I think I have to push play. There you go. See, so it's like a hologram. And I mean, I'll drop a spoiler or two, but they catch Lucille and they actually turn her into a cyborg. You know, so what you see there, which you can't really see nicely, yeah, but you'll see it when you're Ash nearly bailed off her chair. Try not to die. So so as you uncover all the hints to where Lucille is and what's happened to her after she was abducted, you'll find that they've enhanced her dramatically. And then obviously there's a whole redemptive curve that takes place, because in the story, I don't know, man, do you share spoilers like this? But anyway, she'll be corrupted and then she'll be redeemed. And obviously her redemption comes through her love for Katsu, So there's a whole heartbreaking curve in the middle, so that at the top end of the campaign, you've got the super exhilaration in your heart when, she comes back. And that was very inspired. I mean, I've read a lot of awesome novels and stuff, but that was very inspired by the Star. So, sorry, it's an RTS strategy by Blizzard. It's called. Kyle, can you remember?
Not right now. I'm still kind of sleepy.
Okay, still got to sleepy. Come on, man. Anyway, it doesn't matter. How can I just not there? I played that game anyway. But they really nailed that redemption arc. It's called the Save the Cat formula, where you've seen it in every rom-com. They build the relationship and then they have a fight, and then she's about to go to the airport and then he runs to stop her from going to the airport, and then they live happily ever after. That's the save the cat formula, and it's in every single rom-com,
Yeah.
because it works emotionally. So I'm a very strong save the cat formula, but it's harrowing. I want people to be so angry, because it's not just that she got caught. It's who caught her, why they caught her. You have to have such a moral conundrum inside of you when you go into that game. And there's been games that have activated me to a point where I just want to kill everything. I just get so angry at these bad guys. And then they just let you in those games. They just let you. But in this case, I'd like up to the whole time try and tell you, listen, slow down, because there's consequences to the end of the story, as to the end of the single player campaign, as to what you get and what you don't get, and the abilities that you have for your multiplayer experiences, in how you respond to what you see and what you experience in this game. But yeah, it's pretty neat.
Good job. I like it. Hi, Kyle.
Hello.
So
Can you hear us?
Kyle,
Yeah, my mic up?
Oh,
yeah,
come
you're on.
Yeah, we need a little intro. Or I do.
Yes, tell them about yourself, Kyle.
Me?
Yeah.
Let's see. I got saved in when I was 12 years old. Began to get into the prophetic around 2008. Eventually lived with prophets. Eventually got put under apostles and stuff. Kept learning, and now I'm in the realm of where I'm doing computer programming, stuff like that. So, trying to follow God on what I am supposed to do, which seems like computer programming, and teaching people what God teaches me.
I love it.
So Kyle is heavily involved in Only Believe, in that
Okay.
gaming universe, like on every level. He's an investor, he's a contributor, he's a
Programmer.
part of the I think you might even escalate into programming on that side. I'd love to, moment our budget allows, get him full-time on our team. He's a genius. Yeah.
Where do you
So-
live, Kyle?
I live in Missouri in the States.
Oh, okay. Oh no, Kansas is where Ellen lives.
Alan,
Ellen.
where is
They're
Alan?
close. Oh, I never sent him a message. He's hiding. Has he not been on the show? Or have you not talked to him?
Well, I haven't been live for a very long time because I got sick and then I just got busy.
Yeah. Are you feeling better from that?
Oh yeah, feeling a little better.
I don't know. Keep your lungs inside your body. It's okay.
Could you see the little memories of Lucille on Katsu's bed there?
Yeah.
It's like, it makes me so sad because I know that he literally only had one night with her. He got married. They got married when she turned 18, and then
She got
one
kidnapped.
night. Yeah. So it's like, he is really angry.
I bet.
He's loved this girl since they were kids, and finally they get married, and now she's gone. Woo! I think there's going to be a lot of vengeful people. That's why we want to have as many things for you to kill as possible.
Well, that's probably why he doesn't care what he destroys to get back to her, right?
Yeah. She's his entire universe. He look, that's another thing that's in the Paladonic Codex. It's that so mages are only born once every 1,000 years. So the healers are once every 2,000 years, mages every one mage every 1,000 years, and they link, so they kind of like they bond for life.
Yeah.
So he links, he bonds, he connects with Lucille, and that's it. He's got no other, because mages are so dangerous that the spiritual design, like there's a lot of types and shadows, obviously, from my Christian beliefs in there, but like I've got this belief that some people are wired for a certain assignment, and if they connect to the wrong environment, sorry, I'm trying to find a proper layout here. Let's just do that. if they connect to the wrong relationships, those abilities that they have become tyrannical or dangerous. It's like a leader that chooses the wrong side, or chooses a life of like immoral financial, where their assignment is so beautiful to bring light and success and all that kind of thing, and then they just connect to the wrong thing. So mages, if a mage connects to the wrong person or thing, then they become so destructive. They can, for 1,000 years, like that, the earth is almost unlivable, because it's almost impossible to kill a mage, because they can teleport, and they can and they can drop devastation wherever they are. I mean, imagine being able to pop into a place for 1 second, drop absolute devastation, and then disappear. Make it look like, imagine like arriving, let's say like right now what's happening on your campuses with the Palestinian Hamas supporters and the sane people. So imagine the cops are around these supporters. You don't even see the mage appear. He just makes it look like someone threw a petrol bomb at the police from the Palestinian side.
Yeah.
It just appears and disappears. That's what they can do. So they can influence world events. I mean, America will be, it'll be absolute pandemonium. That happens once, it'll be madness.
Isn't it already happening?
Oh no, you've got, I mean, you've got like if you watch some, that's what I enjoy about X, is you can actually see there's people who say, no, this is what is really happening. Then it's like 30 protesters that Fox News and CNN have made to look like 300. It's like 30 morons. When they get arrested, they've all got like purple hair, blue hair, nose ring. They're all like, you can see they all got a little bit of a thing they're going through in life. They're all like a little bit, going through that stage. I had all color hair and everything in my youth, so the guy's creative, he's looking for meaning, and he's standing outside there in his do-rags and stuff, trying to look all Palestinian. But it's not as, there's like 30 of them or 100 of them. There's not hundreds, but you can turn it into hundreds if you make it look like the cops just shot one of them, or you make it look like they just killed a cop. And, so anyway, those birds of yours, they're happy, eh?
Yep.
Are they outside, or is it in a cage there somewhere?
No, I'm in the cage. They're outside.
Nice. Yeah. Anyway, so Katsu connects to the right thing. He connected to Lucille, but then they took her. Now everybody's got a problem. Yeah. Anyway.
That's cool.
So Kyle?
Yes.
What are you working on so diligently there?
Yeah.
Me? I'm still trying to wake up this morning.
It's 8:30 there. Yeah.
Well, it's very nice to have you on the stream, even if you just hang out, man. Yeah. We'll chat about both games at some point. Like we're building an insane. So there's a game called Plants vs Zombies, I think, where it's just like you just like sit in one place, put down your towers and stuff, and then stuff just attacks you the whole time. So we're doing a mode like that for protecting your mind in Only Believe. So the towers are called love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control.
How did you memorize all that?
I'm a religious dude.
Like, wow.
It's a fruit of the spirit. Tree's known by its fruit. So people say, I'm a Christian. Love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, self-control. Your fruit looks a bit iffy there, buddy. You're impatient. You lack self-control. You might be a churchin. Yeah, so we made these towers so I can teach people while they're playing that game. So so you kill, then you've got like abilities like gratitude and all that kind of thing. So you wipe out things like anxiety and depression and hatred, and so you're shooting those things because they're all trying to invade your mind. Can't wait for us to show that game. It's gonna be so much fun.
Yeah.
But anyway, okay, our time's basically up, and I think that was cool. Tomorrow, Ashley and Mavis are going to give us a dissertation on From Darkness Light, Book 1.
I have a surprise guest tomorrow.
Oh, yes? Is your mom coming again? She's like, I'm not telling you who my surprise guest is.
It's my mom.
Surprise.
She'll be down. You'll see her in a relaxed state.
That's cool.
She'll still be goofy, but
She
we
was
might not
pretty
get
relaxed.
to the dissertation. She can be pretty entertaining when you put her on a camera.
Yeah, she's gonna be like, Opt, that's a strange name for a big boy.
Yeah, that makes sense. But yeah,
In my young day, I had a fling with a young man that exact size. His name was definitely not Opt. It was Brutus.
actually, no. She married. My dad had to get signed off on to marry my mom.
Signed off on.
Yeah, because I don't know if you could get married at 18 or was he 17, and I don't know. They were really young.
Yeah. Yeah,
when
those
they got
days were
married.
pretty
I don't
cool.
know what or was it 21 or because he was under 20? I don't know. There was something, but he had to get.
Oh, so did she do a little cradle snatch there?
No, my
Was she-
mom was a year younger than my dad, so they got married like 17, 8. She honked her car at the wrong guy, and my dad gave her his last nickel or dime to make a phone call home, and then she was. I don't know if she was dating this guy, Bruce, but Bruce lives in my mom's basement now. So small world as that is. But yeah. So that's how they met. They got married, but
Okay.
what are you doing? You're frozen.
He is. What happened to him? He's gone.
All right, I guess we're done. All right. That's weird. Just
Bye.
peace out.
See you tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye.
Sorry, everyone. My PC restarted itself. I mean, how random can you get? But it looks like it dropped everyone out of the call. I don't know what that was. But anyway, okay. Well, it's time to say goodbye anyway. So a big thank you to Kyle for popping in. I hope we see you again, Kyle. Mavis and Ashley as usual. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for everybody that was watching. We love you guys very much. See you soon. Toodles.